எதுதான்டா உனக்கு தெரியும்? So first question, select the endothermic reaction from the following. Option A, process of respiration is the exothermic reaction because அங்க என்ன ஆகும், எனர்ஜி நம்மளுக்கு ரிலீஸ் ஆகும். ஓகேவா? So burning of candle is also a exothermic reaction. Decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is also a exothermic reaction. Decomposition of calcium carbonate to form quicklime and carbon dioxide is the endothermic process. Yeah, decomposition heat வந்து அங்க அப்சார்ப் பண்ணினா கால்சியம் கார்பனேட் என்னவாகும், பிரேக் ஆகும். என்னவா பிரேக் ஆகும்? கால்சியம் ஆக்சைடு ஆகும், கார்பன் டை ஆகும், எனக்கு பிரேக் ஆகும் by absorbing the heat. So heat அங்க அப்சார்ப் ஆகிறதுனால it is a endothermic reaction. KOH is a strong base. Since in solution it forms more number of OH minus ions, hydroxide ions. Metal X is used in dermite process. When X is burnt in air, it gives an amphoteric oxide Y. X and Y are respectively X is burnt in air, it gives an amphoteric oxides ன்னு சொல்லிருக்காங்க. Amphoteric oxides எதெல்லாம் amphoteric oxides? Zinc and aluminum. Zinc oxide and aluminum oxide தான். அப்புறம் எப்படி அங்க அலுமினியம் வரும்? So aluminum oxide formula என்னது? Al2O3. So metal X was aluminum. Reaction between two elements A and B forms a compound C. A loses electron and B gains electron. Which one of the following properties will not be shown by compound C? So first இது என்ன compound? A loses an electron, B gains an electron. What type of compound? There are two types of compound நமக்கு தெரியும். என்னென்னது? Ionic and covalent. Okay வா? So இது என்ன type of compound? இது என்ன type of compound? Ionic compound. Ionic compound ஓட properties லாம் என்னென்ன? There are four properties, right? என்னென்னது? High melting and boiling point, solid, strong intermolecular force of attraction between positive and negative. Next, conduct electricity in molten state and aqueous state. It is soluble in water, polar solvents like water. So idhula which properties will not be shown கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So it conduct electricity in molten and aqueous state. It was true. It has high melting point. It has highly soluble in water. So இங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க? It has weak electrostatic force of attraction சொல்லிருக்காங்க. So it was not exhibited by ionic compounds. So option A. The chemical compound present in fruit. Ester. So இதுல எது ester? B. So என்ன ester அது? Ethyl acetate. If we make carbon skeleton with 4 carbon atoms, the two different possible skeletons will be என்னது? Option D. So if I trace the carbon atoms, so இங்க state chain ல எத்தனை இருக்கு? Parent chain ல 4. This is not the end. It was connected with this carbon also. இதுவுமே same டா. இதுலயுமே 4 carbon atoms, இதுலயும் 4 carbon atoms. இதுவும் same டா. So if I go like this, it has 3 carbon atoms, one was branched. So two different possible structure was option C. Silver chloride turns grey in sunlight. Decomposition of silver chloride into silver and chlorine takes place by sunlight. So both A and R are true. R is the correct explanation of A. Higher the H plus ion concentration, lower is the pH value. True. Concentration, H plus concentration அதிகமா இருந்துச்சுனா it is a strong acid, it has the lower pH. pH of a neutral solution is 7. pH of basic solution is greater than 7. இங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க? Lesser than 7 சொல்லிருக்காங்க. So reason was false. A is true, R is false. Name the process depicted in the diagram. Electrolysis. Write the composition of anode and the cathode. Impure, pure. Composition of anode and cathode. So most எதுவுமே இல்லனா நம்ம electrodes என்னவா இருப்போம்னா carbon electrode தான் இருக்கும், graphite தான் electrode இருக்கும். So both anode and cathode will be here was graphite electrode. Okay வா? So electrolysis of refining of copper ல நம்ம cathode and anode என்ன இருப்போம்? What is cathode? Pure metal. Anode ல impure block of metal இருப்போம். So இங்க வந்து water நம்ம decompose பண்ணும்போது நம்ம எடுக்கிறது என்னதுன்னா graphite electrode. Write the balanced chemical equation of the reaction taking place in this case. எழுதுங்க. What was the chemical reaction taking place here? எழுத சொன்னேன், தெரியலையா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாப்டர்ல இன்னமும் புக்கை பார்த்து எழுதணுமா? வெறும் H2 first chapter. So what was the chemical reaction taking place here? So water ல என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? Electricity was passed. Electricity pass பண்ணா it was decomposed into H2 plus O2. So balance பண்ணோம்னா, so H2 will be deposited at cathode, O2 will be deposited at anode. The reaction does not take place if few drops of dilute sulfuric acid are not added to water. Why? Because water will not, pure water will not conduct electricity. To make water as a conducting material, sulfuric acid was added. Ions was not there to conduct electricity in pure water in mention panna. Identify the oxidant and reductant. Oxidant na enna, reductant na enna? Oxidizing agent, reducing agent da inga oxidant and reductant nu mention pannirukanga. So this is oxidizing agent. Reductant was reducing agent. So oxidizing agent na enna? What is mean by oxidizing agent? The substance which get reduced was oxidizing agent. The substance which get oxidized was reducing agent. So idhula edu oxidize aayirukku first? HCl was oxidized to H2O. MnO2 was reduced by, so MnO2 reduce aayirukku, HCl was oxidized. Appa oxidizing agent edu? MnO2. Reducing agent was 4 la ana, just substance mattum na eludum. Okay va? So only reactant side la irukradha da eluduvom. So antioxidants are added to foods containing fats and oils to prevent rancidity. White silver chloride turns grey in sunlight. Photolytic decomposition takes place. So enna agum? AgCl will decomposes to Ag plus Cl2. There are three unknown metals A, B and C. C displaces B from its oxides. While with oxide of A, there is no reaction. Give the reactivity order of A, B and C. A, C, B, yeah. So which is more reactive? A. So C displaces B. Appa C is more reactive than B. Ana C A kuda react ஆகும்போது displace பண்ணல. அப்போ A should be more reactive than C. So A, C, B. What is the structural formula of benzene? C mention பண்ணியா? So you should draw one hexagon. Okay வா? Cyclohexane வரைஞ்சிட்டு alternative double bonds இருக்கணும். Alternative double bonds na என்னது? If I draw a double bond here, இங்க draw பண்ணக்கூடாது, இங்க draw. Alternative double bonds. இங்க carbon, carbon-ஆ? So, wait. Carbon-ஓட valency என்ன? 4. So, ஒவ்வொரு கார்பனையும் என்ன பண்ணணும்? Valency satisfy பண்ணணுமா? So, இங்க கார்பனுக்கு எத்தனை bonds இருக்கு? The carbon should be surrounded by 4 bonds. இந்த கார்பனுக்கு எத்தனை bond இருக்கு? 3. So, this carbon will have 1 hydrogen. So, molecular formula of benzene was C6H6. Structure will be like, so benzene oda structure இப்படி தான் draw பண்ணணும். Write the correct structural formula of butanoic acid. So, butane எத்தனை carbon? 4 carbon. Oic acid na என்னது? C double bond OH should be at the terminal carbons. C double bond OH. Double bond OH. Now fill the hydrogen. எத்தனை hydrogen? Okay. This carbon க்கு எத்தனை hydrogen வரும்? So it was already surrounded by 4 bonds. Explain the formation of ionic compound Al2O3 with electron dot structure. Aluminium oda atomic number was 13, 2, 8, 3. Oxygen 8, 2, 6. So aluminium oda symbol will be 1, 2, 3. Oxygen aluminium எத்தனை? ஆக்சிஜன் எத்தனை வரையணும்? So first 2 electrons will be transferred to one oxygen. Other 2 electrons will be other oxygen. So balance la irukka 2 electrons will be transferred to one more oxygen. So Al will form Al. So ஒரு அலுமினியம் மட்டும் பாருங்க. So ஒவ்வொரு atoms மட்டும் தான் நீங்க பார்க்க போறீங்க. So ஒரு அலுமினியம் எத்தனை electrons lose பண்ணுதோ அத தான் chargesல மென்ஷன் பண்ண போறீங்க. ஒரு அலுமினியம் எத்தனை electron lose பண்ணுது? 3 electron. So number of atoms should be outside the bracket. Okay, so number of atoms. For ஒரே ஒரு atom மட்டும் பாருங்க. So அது எத்தனை electrons lose பண்ணுதோ gain பண்ணுதோ you have to write it in the charge. Number of atoms should be outside the bracket. So now see only one oxygen. ஒரு oxygen எத்தனை electron gain பண்ணுது? 2. So already 6 electron, 2 electron from aluminum. So charge அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? 2 minus. So number of atoms எத்தனை oxygen? Electron ஓட charge was negative. So negative வாங்கும்போது negative தான் மாற முடியும். So what happens when reactive metal reacts with dilute mineral acids? Metal plus acid gives salt plus H2O வா? Acid plus metal என்னது? Salt plus hydrogen. Hydrogen gas will be liberated there. Amphoteric oxides react with sodium hydroxide solution. என்ன true? So எழுதுங்க first ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு reaction எழுது. Acid ko metal ko any one reaction. With zinc metal கூட எழுதுங்க. Zinc plus HCl. Zinc plus HCl. Zinc chloride formula என்ன? So zinc plus HCl என்ன form ஆகும்? Zinc chloride plus zinc chloride formula was ZnCl2. Amphoteric oxides react with sodium hydroxide solution. So there are two amphoteric oxides. So என்னது? Zinc oxide and aluminum oxide. So write the equation. Zinc oxide plus sodium hydroxide, aluminum oxide plus sodium hydroxide. All metal oxides are metal oxides la enna? All metal oxides are metal oxides are amphoteric oxides are basic in nature. So enna form agum? Sodium zincate formula enna? H2 ah. H2O. Aluminum oxide plus NaOH. Sodium aluminate formula NaAl. So balance the equation. Balance பண்ணுங்க. எங்க? இங்க? இங்க வராடா 2. So இங்கேயுமே 2 NaOH வரும். So Na2ZnO2. A metal of low reactivity is dropped in the solution of metal of high reactivity. என்ன நடக்கும்? So what observation you will observe? அதான் question. A metal of low reactivity is dropped in the solution of metal of high reactivity. Low reactive metal. So இங்க இருக்கிற நமக்கு metal saltல high reactive இருக்கு. இதுல நான் low reactive metal போட்டா என்ன நடக்கும்? Which means ferrous sulfateல copper போட்டா என்ன ஆகும்? No reaction will take place. See. So high metal reactive metal salt solution ல தான் நம்ம low reactive metal salt solution ல metal போடும்போது this metal will displaces this salt. So இங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க? Low reactive metal was dropped in the salt solution of high reactive metal. So no reaction will takes place. Metal carbonate is treated with acids. Metal carbonate with acid treat பண்ணா salt plus carbon dioxide plus water. So write the balance the chemical equation to show the products formed during electrolysis of brine. So brine na enna? Salt water. So electricity pass பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஃபார்ம் ஆகும்? So H2 will be deposited at Cl2 will be deposited at NaOH near cathode. Okay, so cathode. So this process is also called as chloralkali process due to the formation of chlorine and alkali. Alkali na enna? Bases soluble which is dissolved in water. So என்னென்னல alkali தெரியும் நமக்கு? Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Only two alkalis are there. Only two bases can be dissolved in water. அது alkaline K2Cr2O7 which means அத வந்து பேஸ்ல dissolve பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Alkaline வேற. List two uses of any one product obtained during the electrolysis of brine. Any one product oda uses. Chlorine oda uses சொல்லுங்க. Disinfectant. அப்புறமா bleaching powder oda preparation க்கு யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே. Next NaOH oda uses. Antacids ஆட யூஸ் பண்ணலாமா? mild acids அட mild bases அட antacids ஆ யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Neutralization. Industrial use ka. Hydrogen oda uses. Fuel. Hydrogenation process. A mild non-corrosive basic salt A used for faster cooking is strongly heated to produce compound B that is used for removing permanent hardness of water. Identify A and B and also write the equation for the reaction that occurs when A is heated. Baking powder. Baking soda that is strongly heated to produce a compound B was, so baking powder strongly heated to produce compound B enna po? Washing soda la illa, sodium carbonate. Okay va? Na2CO3 that is used for permanent hardness ku washing soda use பண்ணுவோம். Identify A and B, also write the chemical that occurs when A is heated. But நம்ம baking powder heat பண்ணா washing soda லாம் prepare ஆகாது, right? So அங்க அது வந்து mention பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So but removing permanent hardness was washing soda. So அது மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் change ஆயிருக்கு. So reaction என்ன? When A is heated, sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide gas plus water எனக்கு form ஆகும். Define water of crystallization. Give two examples of salts that have water of crystallization. What is mean by water of crystallization? Number of water molecules present in the one formula unit of a salt. ஒரு formula unitல எவ்வளவு water molecules இருக்கோ அதுதான் என்னது? Water of crystallization. Two examples of water of crystallization. Washing soda la எத்தனை water of crystallization? So sodium carbonate, decahydrate, calcium sulfate, dihydrate. Next copper sulfate, pentahydrate. Okay va? So any doubts? டவுட்ஸ் ஏதாச்சும் இருக்கா? எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஏதாச்சும் டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கா? அடுத்த வாரம் இந்த வாரம் டெஸ்ட் எழுதுவீங்கல்ல, எழுதணுமான்னு கேக்குறியா? ஸோ ஏதாச்சும் டாபிக் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணணுமா, ரிவைஸ் பண்ணணுமா? எனி டாபிக்ஸ், எனி லெசன்ஸ்? எதுவும் வேணாம், எல்லாம் தளவா இருக்கீங்களா? அப்போ எது கொஸ்டின் கேட்டாலும் இப்ப சொல்லுவீங்க. படிங்க. எல்லா ரியாக்ஷன்ஸ் ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸ்லாம் இப்ப எடுத்து எனக்கு எழுதி காமிக்கிறீங்க.